It didn't count unless you touched the edge. We all knew that. No matter how good your time was, if you didn't touch the edge of the sidewalk, it just didn't count. That was the contest that summer. Run all the way down the sidewalk, past the Miller's house, the Bradfords, the Jacobsons, all of them. All the way down. Down to where the sidewalk ended and the woods began. Touch the edge and then run back. It wasn't a one-on-one race. That's not the way it worked. That would have been too easy. It was a race against yourself. A race against time. But it was hard to judge how well you were doing while you ran. You had to run as fast as you could. No one kept the top spot for long. We kept pushing ourselves. Jake's run, though, that was epic. Who knows how fast he would have gotten? It was the fastest time down the sidewalk by far. Of course, the time down wasn't as important as the time coming back. Jake was flying from the beginning. It seemed like his feet barely touched the concrete. He flew past the Millers, past the Bradfords, and the Jacobsons. You can tell he was going for the record. He must have even realized it. He was so confident, he took the time to jump at the old maple and high-five a low-hanging branch. No one else would have ever dared to waste those milliseconds. He was reaching the end of the sidewalk a full 5 seconds above anyone else's best time. This was the lead of a lifetime. We all watched to make sure he touched the edge. It didn't count if he didn't touch the edge. His foot slid into the pine needles as he pivoted to make the run back. And then he disappeared. Later, we would all tell the story a little differently. Tommy would say that he looked down at the stopwatch. Sarah said that she blinked. Rachel was jumping up and down, and I swear to God that I was watching the whole time, that I never took my eyes off of Jake. Whatever happened in that split second, we all agree about what happened in the next. Jake had vanished. He was just gone. We found him 30 minutes later in the park down the street. He was swinging on the swings by himself, acting like nothing had happened. When we asked him, he said he didn't know what we were talking about. He'd been playing at the park all afternoon. He'd been waiting for us. We disagreed with Jake on this over and over throughout the years. It turned into a joke, like some scary story we told around the campfire or some adventure that we misremembered. But there was no doubt in any of our minds. Something had happened to Jake during that 30 minutes. It's been 10 years to the day since Jake's run, and I think about it all the time. I still don't really know what happened, and it never happened again. But one thing that we all had in common after that day, none of us, including Jake, ever came near the edge of that sidewalk again.